everybody, it's Living Life with Donna, and I'm doing a little bit more yard work today. That's why my hair is a mess, wet, because it's already like 11 o'clock and it feels like it's already 100 degrees. And so I got a few more plants that I'm gonna put in, and let me show you here. I'm sure you don't want to see my rough looking face. Let me just switch this around. Just give me a minute. That's Molly's. I filled her up a bowl, this little bucket thing of water, because it's brutal out here. It is brutal. So it's so hot. Let me show you over here. I know this is bouncy. Thanks to Wild Edibles for liking my video, but I got this piece of it's a piece of cloth that you can use for under the plants or whatever you're doing, so like it doesn't get the weeds, because it is so brutally hot. And if it's not the bunnies getting my squash, it's the heat. I mean, I've got the blooms and stuff in there, but it just seems like they were so hot. So there's enough airflow and everything under there, but I just wanted to cover them because the sun, the way it is right now, it's brutal. It is absolutely brutal. I got me some, I couldn't stand it because I love Cosmos, so I got me another packet of Cosmos and some sunflowers. I think I'm going to put on the outside of the fence over here. Those are cucumbers, are looking good. My cantaloupes are going insane. Then I also, because these cucumbers over here get a lot of sun, so I just tied a few up there on my Indian teepee thing, and I'm just lightly putting that there just to give it a little shape, because it is really, really bad out. But look, since I don't know if you've seen it since the last time, I've already got to tie up the tomatoes again because they're going wild. So what I did was, I don't know if my mom realizes, I got, that's a yellow cherry, because I like yellow because it's low in acidity. So I got a yellow little cherry. I have to figure out where to put that. And then I got me 2 more jalapenos, and I got me one of those little sunburst flower things. But I'm having to keep tying stuff up because you see how wild it's all getting. And I just did that maybe a week and a half ago. I tied everything up, and look how high the tomatoes are getting already. So I'm gonna have to tie it again. The broccoli, I found it does take a long time to form a head, but you can eat the leaves just like greens. So, because I had pulled one up, so I'm just gonna let that go and do its whatever it's gonna do. This one was the seed surprise that I put in this pot, and I can see that there's, and it looks, I think this is the one that had the heirloom tomato in it. And so we're gonna see how that does. Cilantro is doing good over there with the, I bought more onion sets. I think I left them in the car, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna put more onions in. My mother doesn't know. Put some more onions in. I don't know why I got those on there. I just happened to just put them on there and didn't know what to do with them. Cabbage is looking good. I don't know if it's going to get much bigger, but that's looking really good. I think the potatoes are just about ready, because that's not just from the sun. They're getting ready to wilt back. The purple cabbage, I guess it'll take a long time for them too to make heads. So, and of course, and the watermelon was coming through over here. It was coming over here through to the potatoes, so I just put it back through the fence. So I don't know what these suckers are going to do. I have no idea. And I'm going to cut some poke. So I got this all set a little bit there, and I kind of already watered, because it's, I guess with the heat index, it's supposed to be like 100. So I'm just trying to protect as much as I can from like getting, the plants can get burned just like anything else. Yeah, squash likes heat, cucumbers, peppers, but not, like 100 degrees, scorching. So I'm just trying to cover what I can, keep it watered. I put the hose on low and just laid it in there, let it really soak in. But I'm sure you don't want to see me sweating and stuff. But I've got to tie up a few more things, and then I'll catch you in a minute. I'm back. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Anyway, I got the I got the other jalapeno planted, and I put it right here next to the other jalapeno. And then I've got another jalapeno over here next to the hot wax pepper. And I didn't have room. I didn't want to put the yellow little tomatoes in here because I think I've already got too much, especially that basil. I'm gonna have to dry that because it's going crazy. So what I did was I put the cherry tomato in here. So yellow cherry, I put it in there because that's where I had the marigolds, but it didn't take. So I put that in there. It'll grow next to here. We already got the little cuke on there. I think I saw another one that was a little bit, yeah, here it is. Matter of fact, let me see if matter of fact, that's big enough to eat. That's big enough to eat. So I might even get that off of there and maybe have that tonight for a snack because I usually eat once a day. I'm trying to lose weight again. Anyway, I put I don't know why my onions are hanging over like that, but anyway, I went ahead and just all the empty spaces that I had, I went ahead and put the 2 bags. I had a bag of white and a bag of red onions. I don't know if it's the heat because they're drooping over like that, but they're droopy. They're kind of just laying over. So now that the sun is kind of, and this is just a volunteer dill next to the kale, and this one, she got a bath in the bucket. Molly, did you tell me you got a bath in the bucket? And I used just a little tiny diluted Dawn, and I put her in that bucket over there. And boy, she's shedding like crazy. If anybody knows why she's shedding, I mean, she is shedding bucket loads. I had the black cloth over here to shade the squashes, and I think it worked. Right now I'm watering it. It seemed like it was dry, so I'm really got it on low, and I'm really soaking it because I don't want to lose anything that I've planted. So, and I'm going to show you, we're going to have a baby. I know, it's so exciting. And we're going to have a baby watermelon. And you can see there's our little baby. There's our little baby growing. So it's growing. So hopefully, there's so many blooms on here. So I'm hoping, and I had it climbing up here by the onions, but now that I've got more onions in there, I'm not going to let it do that. But there's so many blooms in there, so hopefully, I have not seen any baby cantaloupes yet. Hopefully we will. And something else I was going to show you. Blackberries are going crazy. Did I plant everything? I think I planted everything. I had the 2 jalapenos, and I had the cherry. And like I said, it was brutal today in the sun. I was having a heat stroke. But now that the sun has gone in, it's still hot, but there's a nice breeze. Here's the green pepper my mother loves. So actually, if you wanted to, you could eat that now, but I'm going to let it get a little bitter. And yeah, so everything is growing so good. Everything is growing so good. Look at these tomatoes, how high they're getting. And there's so many blooms on there, I can't even tell you. So, what else do I got to do? Let's see here. Hang on 1 second. Marigolds are taking off. So, and I bought, like I said, I bought that one flower. That's going to go in the front. And I don't know if I showed you the mini bird bath or not. I'll have to go out there and show you, but I might eat that cucumber and a few carrots. But you can see the marigolds are doing wonderful, and they really add a lot of color to your garden. And But I'm just going to give this a good soaking. Give everything a good soaking. Lettuce, I got to start eating that. It's going bananas. Yeah, I was afraid that this is, even though it looked wet, moist, I don't think it was. So I'm just going to give it, that way it can have some good water overnight. And my lettuce. Turn this up full force a little bit. I do my beans. I've got my little Indian tripod there, I call it, with almost looks like a teepee. And then my beans are going to grow up on that. And I'm going to put that in the dirt. And I'm just going to let them go. They've got all kinds of places up there to grow. And I got this. I thought this was so cute. I got this at Walmart. And it's true. You need to enjoy the little things. Just the little things. All the money in the world. And you can't get no better than growing your own stuff. Of course, you'd probably have more room. You'd be able to afford gardeners. But what's the fun in that? I'm just going to give everything a nice good soak. And it was more basil. I had thrown in there. So that's more basil. And there's the cantaloupes. I'll look and see if we got baby cantaloupes, but I don't think we have any baby cantaloupes forming yet. So no babies in the cantaloupe area. And I was gonna, while I got you guys here, I'm gonna check. Give that a real good soaking. Let it really get, because when you have stuff in pots and it's not in the ground, it dries out faster. So even if they say it's going to rain, you still have to, especially if they're in pots, you still have to water them. So I'm just going to let the water, if I can get this set right, I'm going to just let that water set right there in the watermelons and stuff. But I'm going to try these potatoes. See, they are leaning over, and a lot of times when they starting to lean over like that, they're dying off. That means they're probably ready. So I'm going to try and pick one. I'm just going to take a branch here, and I'm going to see. And I didn't get anything. They're just little tiny baby potatoes, so they haven't developed yet. So those ones haven't developed. So we're going to give everything a good soaking. I found my star shower, so I'll probably put that on tonight. And if the watermelons come in like I think they will, we're going to have a lot of watermelon. I wish we could have had it for the 4th of July, but I got everything in late. So, but yeah. Try to get stuff that's edible, flowers that are edible. And you know what? Let me just pause it just for a second, and I'm going to take you out front and let that water go, and I'll show you the little bird bath that I made. Okay, I'm going to pick the first cucumber. So got a little bit of blossom on it, so it probably could have went a little longer, but that's what it's going to be for dinner. And a couple carrots. Love cucumbers. Okay, I got some carrots to go with my cucumbers, so I'm going to have a veggie fest. And it's going to be delicious. Right from the garden. Organic. Love it. So this is the front yard. And my neighbor, I don't know if I showed you, she was throwing those chairs out. There's 4 of them. All I did was take an SOS pad, your little Dawn, clean them up. I was going to spray paint them, but it was, it's been too hot. You don't spray paint when it's hot. And I think they look really good. And these chairs are probably over 30 years old, she said. Or at least 25, because she got them when her husband had them and he's been gone. Anyway, you can see we planted that bright flower, and then the other one I have in the backyard's like that, so I gotta find a spot for that. Those are our wild onions, which are edible for wild edibles. We got our chives in there. I love cosmos. And I guess the bees must be sleeping, but our backyard is just full of bees. But here's the little makeshift little, and when you're poor, you have to be creative. So that's what I came up with for a little bird bath. I got the strawberries underneath till we can find a place for them to really grow. And that was just a little stand we had, and I put the brick there. And that's just the little, let me get my hose here. Poke is going crazy. I'll have to do a video tomorrow with the poke. I'm gonna have to make more of that. But these birds, they're loving it. The little birds have already been playing in it. And so we had another bird bath and it broke. So this is just another little way, especially here in the city, to make it look, and they love it. So we can get money and get, but buying stuff isn't always the answer. You know what I mean? You can be creative. When you're, I'm going to say it, hillbilly tendencies down here in Wallens, where we're from, you have to be creative because we don't always have money. So you just, things around your house. I was thinking, what can I make a bird bath out of? I wish the terracotta pot was a little bigger, but they seem to be enjoying it. This was a lilac and it's just kind of gone to the green now, but and I love cosmos. Oh, I love cosmos. That's what you saw. I got those cosmos seeds. But yeah, everything's going good up and through here. A lot of pollinators. Those coneflowers, all the pollinators we got. Our little bird there. And as a matter of fact, there's some bees in there now, and I even caught the bees drinking out of here. But anyway, like and subscribe. Share, and for me and Molly here in the little city homestead living like Lagana, I hope you have a wonderful